holidays, guys. I am so excited. I am heading back to Texas tomorrow, and I just want to walk you guys through what I do to stay in remission throughout my travel days and how I prevent flares and to keep my body and my health functioning at its highest capacity. So because I'm traveling tomorrow night, I'm going to prep myself today, and I've been prepping just all the things I need to for this past week. And that first thing is that I always drink tons of water the days prior. So today I'm drinking at least 2 to 3 of these water bottles full. And then I have my electrolytes, which I will be taking today, just like any other day. I add a little bit more, and then I'll be sure to pack these on my carry-on so I can take these on my flight, because dehydration is really common whenever you are traveling, and that hinders your immune function, it hinders your energy levels, it makes your jet lag even worse, and it can help with your blood circulation, especially when you're traveling. You don't want to get that swelling. So dehydration factors into all those things. So we want to make sure that we're staying on top of our water and our electrolytes for that reason. So I'll be doing that today. I'm going to stay on top of my supplements. You guys know I love my Seeking Health Optimal Multivitamin. I take this every single day to make sure I get in all the minerals that I need and the vitamins and all the good stuff to keep my immune system up. And then I will also be taking my omega-3s, my turmeric and curcumin, my cuticerin, and I will probably also take my histamine X today, because whenever I get really stressed out, my histamine levels increase. So I'm going to take those so I can get in those nutrients to help me combat with my histamine levels. And then I will also take my magnesium tonight, because I know that since my flight is delayed, it's not going to upset my gut or anything like that. Or it's not delayed, I'm going on a red-eye flight. You guys know what I mean. So I have all these things that I'm going to be doing today for that. And then I'm also going to be prepping some snacks, and I'll show you guys my snacks that I take on my flight as well. And we'll just go through a whole travel day, and I'll show you guys all the tips that I do. So with all that being said, let's go enjoy our last day here and have a great day. Let's go, guys. So my flight leaves in a few hours, but I want to walk you guys through all the stuff that I'm bringing. So the first thing is I have my dry brush. This is going to help with circulation and get things moving around within the body. I like to do this at night after I shower and before I put on my lotion. And then you can also do it in the morning. So I'm going to be doing it in the morning while I'm over in Houston, because I'm not going to be moving and going to the gym as much. So I want to make sure that I am doing all that I can to keep my muscles and my joints and my body fluid. So I'm gonna be doing this, and then I also have my castor oil packs. So I ordered these off Amazon, and then I have some castor oil at my parents' house, and then so I keep them in this little Ziploc pouch that my parents got me from the Bahamas. But I have this, and then I have all my supplements. So I have my empty pill capsules here. This is what I use to take my oregano oil, and instead of risking bringing my oregano oil on my trip, because it smells so bad that if it leaked, it would ruin everything in my luggage. So I'm just gonna buy some there. I think I might have some already, but that's going to be great to help with your immune system. And if because it's winter and traveling right now, if there's flu and cold and all that stuff going around, this is gonna nick it in the bud. So I'm gonna make sure I take that at least in the first 2 to 3 days that I'm there. So I have that. Then I have my digestive enzymes. I have some that I ordered that are going to be arriving there because I'm almost low on this. And then I have my glutathione. It almost expires, so I'm like, might as well just take it while I'm there. I have my resveratrol. This is good for my skin, especially that I'm going in the winter. I want to make sure my skin is still on its A game, so I have that. I have my probiotic histamine X. This is from Seeking Health. This is just a probiotic to help with your histamine levels. And I noticed like this morning when I went to go blow my nose, I got vertigo, which means that my histamine levels are high. So I definitely need to take that. I took my histamine X already today. I should actually take probably another one just in case. And then I have my ashwagandha from Himalaya. I really love this for stress, and I'm just gonna take it just as a backup while I'm over there. I have my turmeric and curcumin. This is great for inflammation, and because I've been struggling with my hip pain, and because whenever you go in the cold, your joints can be more tense, I'm making sure I'm bringing this because this will help with just the inflammation overall. Then I have my cuticerin, which again is from Ancient Bliss, which I really love. I'm sorry, I'm going so fast, guys, and it's not like getting in focus, but I only got a few minutes. So I got my full omega-3s from First Form. I love these. These have, ever since I started them, have been great for my hair, my joints, my skin. I've noticed a great improvement. I have my Cold Calm, which I'm going to be taking. I actually should take this. I wasn't very hungry today, so I haven't really taken a lot of my supplements, but I packed a lot of food. But I'm always like wary about how many supplements I take while I'm flying if I haven't ate a lot, because sometimes like my stomach can get upset. So with all that being said, I'm bringing it in my carry-on in case I want to take it like during my layover if I start feeling kind of icky. Then I have my magnesium by Seeking Health. It's optimal magnesium. I love that one. I've been using that one for years. And then I have my joint nutrients. I have like 5 of them left, so I was like, might as well just kill it while I'm over there. And again, my hip has been like really been in pain, and then my shoulders. And there's some spiritual components to that, and we can talk about that later. Because when I woke up today, because I know that I'm flying, and I think relieving that stress, it actually took away some of my hip pain. And I was like, oh, it's because I've been like sitting on this for so long, literally. And I've just been like, my body's been wanting to go and do this like next step, which is just travel. So have all this. And I have, of course, like I brought some hand warmers on the flight. And so whenever I land, because again, if you have lupus or rheumatoid arthritis or anything like that, your joints can get really stiff in the cold. So that's what I would definitely recommend. I packed my heating pad. I have like my electrolytes right over there. I'm going to bring those on the plane, and then I'll show you guys what I'm eating throughout the flight. So let's get going. And again, these are like my supplements I pretty much always take, and I'm just bringing them with me. These are like my core supplements. So should we go through this other bag? Then I also have Lysol, and then I have hand sanitizer, and I have motion sickness. I didn't know I had my protein powder in here. This is why I always keep this like airplane bag in my carry-on, because that's everything I need. And I never use that collagen because I always pack some more, and I just have that there just in case I run out, I get a long layover or anything like that. It's there, so if I get hungry, I can mix it into a smoothie or peanut butter or coffee or whatever it may be. So okay, let's get going. My ride is gonna be here in like 20 minutes, so I need to get dressed. See you guys in a bit. All right, so let's walk through all the snacks that I brought. We're about to board in 3 minutes, so we're gonna do this really fast. So the first thing is, because I love a good sweet treat, I made a mug cake, and this is what I have like every night. It's pumpkin, almond flour, agave, and then I mix in some chocolate chips, walnuts, and a little bit of baking powder, and you just microwave it and pumpkin, I didn't mention that, for 3 minutes, and I let it cool. But this will be a nice little sweet treat I have throughout my flight. And then I brought a Soli fruit jerky. You guys know I love my Soli. They're made with all natural ingredients. And again, this will be a nice little sweet treat. And then third sweet treat, I brought my heavenly chocolates. It's just cacao powder and honey, and it's just so good. So I'll have that as well. And then I also made some gluten-free sandwiches. So I made a gluten-free sandwich, and I have it in my little stasher bag. I made it with sunflower seed butter, agave, and a little bit of cinnamon, because that is filled with some good healthy fats, a little bit of sugar, but the cinnamon will help also balance your blood sugar. So that'll be really nice to have and I also brought chai tea bags. So I'll have that in the morning time whenever I get to my next destination. And then I also brought another piece of toast, because I brought a few other condiments. I brought some more sunflower seed butter,
in case I want to get an apple and dip it in there on one of my layovers. And then I also made some smashed avocado. And then I made a thing of collagen powder because I usually will stop and get a smoothie and put the collagen in there so I have a good amount of protein. So again, I'm balancing out my blood sugar. So I'll use a piece of toast, either put the sunflower seed butter or the avocado. And then I also brought some hard boiled eggs. So I can either put those on the avocado toast or just eat them separately. And then also, I brought this thermos from Target. It was about $12, $13, and it has a cool, nice little spoon in here. And then I made some Mexican rice and some ground beef taco seasoning in there as well. And so I have a nice little taco bowl, which I'll add the avocados. And then I also have some tortilla chips that are gluten free. And then I poured some salt on there at the bottom so I can mix it with my eggs because they're really weird about salt and pepper sometimes. And normally when I travel, I pack a lot of fruits and veggies. I'll pack like apples and oranges, and then I might pack like some cucumbers or carrots. But because I'm in Hawaii, they check to make sure that you're not bringing seeds into the islands. So they scan your bags and everything. So that's why I don't have it on this flight. But whenever I travel between the states, I normally bring that because, again, it's just nice to have that fresh fruit. And whenever you're packing your food, it's really good to do so because it helps your digestion stay on track. It helps you with your flares. And especially because you're traveling, you don't want to be eating any like junk foods because that will cause inflammation within your body and just put more stress on your body, which is again going to cause more joint pain and muscle pain. So that's why it's really important to pack your own food, be prepared. And again, whenever you're fueling your body, you can keep the energy levels up so you aren't dealing with really bad jet lag, and that you can keep your travels good and smooth. And again, whenever you aren't getting that energy in, it's going to hinder your body because you're not going to be able to go into that healing state. So, have all my good food here, and I'm about to go. So, I'll see you guys in a bit. So I'm on Oahu right now, and usually whenever I'm here at the Honolulu airport, I usually have like a longer layover. And so whenever I do, I eat at this restaurant called the PJ Tour Grill. And so if I have a layover, I'm usually going to find a restaurant over some fast food place because I can look to see if they have a salad or grilled chicken or a burger. And sometimes they might even have some more gluten-free options if you're at like a full-on airport. And I will like look ahead if I need to, like during whenever I'm planning my itinerary to see what restaurants are at that airport and hopefully if it's near one of my gates. And then I'll also always look for like a smoothie place, like a Smoothie King or a Jamba Juice or an all natural smoothie spot. So I can, again, add in my collagen powder. So because I planned all the snacks and I don't have like much time to order any food, I'm going to go ahead and just eat whatever I packed. So let's do that. All right, so we made it to Phoenix. I finished my nails, lol. So if you've been wondering where some of them were, I just finished them. My allergies are pretty bad. Oh my goodness. So before I left, I have no like cold or flu or any symptoms like that. So whenever I start sneezing like this, right now at this time of day, I'm like, oh, it's because I know it's just my histamine is dumping. Ugh. So just staying positive, making sure that I'm, not getting like overly stressed that, oh, I'm going to get sick because it's the holidays and everyone else is getting sick. Like, you have to remain positive. You have to keep that mindset that you're going to stay healthy. With all that being said, I ate all that and I ate my ground beef and had some water and then I had my sandwich. So I feel pretty good right now. Few more hours. Let me go find my next terminal and I'll see you guys in a bit.
acting crazy and I lost my mic because I was blowing my nose and it was like attached to here and I was just had a lot going on. So hopefully you guys can hear me. But we're gonna go get my bag and then go home and see all the animals. Yay!
So we just made it to HEB. I'm feeling a little bit better. I took like 2 servings of the histamine X and I took 2 I can't even talk, those enzymes to help digest the histamine. But earlier my nose was just like running like a faucet, like just dripping. And so it is what it is, but we're gonna go get a few things at HEB, not a full run, just some stuff for breakfast and a little snacks tonight. And then tomorrow we'll do like a full grocery run. But let's go get my favorite yogurt and a few other things. So I feel like my voice has changed like 7 times throughout this video.
I love shopping, tanning, and celebrity gossip. Always have, always will.
I'm your boyfriend's favorite DJ. Pay me just to party and I'll show up.